right there, and now we got a bunch of clipping, and it's all loud.
Let me ask you a question. Turn down for what?
I just explained why. I literally just explained why, so that it's not clipping. That's exactly what I just. Yeah.
Turn down for what exactly?
All right. I think.
What do you think, sir? Express your thoughts, please.
Do a little bit more.
I mean, I don't know. That's why he was asking the question, wasn't it?
You know,
I think.
you've got a point there, Cap.
Yeah. Okay. There. Yeah. I had it turned up so that I could kind of see if like one of us was like entirely
Super.
louder than another.
Okay.
So
that
we
makes
were
sense.
all kind of close to each other. So I think we're back to
You
a
still kind of hear like the tuba dubas?
tuba dubas.
Does it
Be
sound
quiet for a
tubey?
second?
No, we
Yeah, a
don't.
little bit. It's very. It's a
Be
little
quiet for a
tubey.
second. You hear it,
I was talking about the tubeness in my voice.
but you don't hear like the.
Oh, are you talking about like the
air
voices
conditioning?
that are speaking to you right now?
I thought he meant the air
Hearing
conditioning. but
additional
maybe.
voices that have been being
I'm telling you
controlled.
right now. One time I was on this phone call, and I did record it actually, and
Okay.
and it was like quiet. For
But usually you
a
don't
while.
record phone calls, but yeah.
Well, I had to because it was bizarre. So
Okay.
I recorded the sounds I was hearing just on like the without you know. I think I was like there was either no connection or it was muted or something, and it just sounded like voices like we're destroying.
If they were just speaking to you.
But you've been to like to the beach at night, or when you're like rushing water at night, or
Yes,
even
actually.
rushing water in general. And have you heard
Yep.
the phantom voices?
Well, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
You know what
there
I'm
must
about?
be some
Oh, yeah, I
sort
hear
of
those
natural
out the beaches.
frequency because if you hear a fan in the bathroom going and you listen to that, if you're in a shower for too long, then it starts becoming voices. I start hearing
Yeah.
like people talking in the other room. So there must be some sort of natural frequency that hits, and it just starts making you go crazy.
I think it's
Go
just
real
like
quick.
I think maybe it's like the gurgle of all the different frequencies because you think about like a drop of water. There's different kinds of drops of water hitting the different surfaces, making
Yeah.
different volumes and different frequencies of sound, and so that kind of globble, that static of sound that's coming at you, you just
Create some sort of chaotic melody that you listen
you're
to.
a
and
pattern
it's, like,
recognizing
tune into
creatures,
it.
so you're gonna recognize. You're just gonna if you don't see a pattern, you don't hear a pattern, you're gonna start listening and looking for a pattern.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it may not be real. It's your own delusions. You see
Welcome
with
to
your
two-
mind's eye rather than.
Right.
And
welcome to 2 Drinks In, by the way. Here we are.
I
This is
have
the
orange
intro.
juice.
We can figure that out. We can
A little OJ.
that magic.
Some pulp. I prefer that version of the
I have water.
orange. Okay. Okay.
of
Fucking Mr.
OBL.
Health here.
I'm sorry. That's all I have.
So like. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's all take a fucking drink real quick. Taking a fucking sip break, everybody.
Yeah, I don't know why that
Fucking-
became.
Oh, and we lost our fucking cap. He says no cap. He says
No cap.
Except for Carter over here, he's done pop the top on this.
I did pop the top on my drink. We got to honor our podcast traditions.
boy, as they call it. So
Yeah.
that is. I mean, let's do a clink here with the water
Clink.
bottle.
Yeah,
and
we
the
got a
orange
plastic
juice
water bottle,
and,
Tropicana, and Bud Light.
Hey, you can't talk about the brands. Yeah, let's hear the.
We're sponsored. Clink.
Oh, fuck. Nice little fucking sound creation. Oh, we got to turn that to a beat. That's a sample right there, right now.
That's the sample.
That's a snare.
Let's get that studio right now.
That's a snare.
We
We
are
could throw it in a snare for like the intro or something like that.
That's it. Just the snare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's
that's
my
it.
snare? Hit him with a.
Over there. Hanging out with
Underwear?
the hair. Oh, please do share. My God.
My oh my, it's a bear, and I do not care, for I breathe air.
Oh my
Somebody
god.
please get the mayor. God damn.
Hit the mayor.
I do declare. I would love to eat an eclair.
Wow.
I
Wow.
do
Oh, give me a second. Look at the book.
sit in a chair
He sits in a chair.
while I
Right over
look Blair
Hang
unaware.
Underwear. Under there.
of a billionaire debonair
A billionaire,
Ooh,
millionaire, trillionaire,
Midair.
skillionaire. Get a killionaire.
with a fair flare,
That's called.
and I take a glare at Pierre,
Pierre.
poet. I'm a poet.
Mr. Piage.
There you go. Here's the rhyme book. You want the rhyme book, Jordan?
Yeah, you want to spit us some?
Songwriters.
Out right quick.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, we could.
This is
sing that
Clay's
later.
rhyme book that we're gonna read out of. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the vibe right there.
Is that the
I forgot
poetry?
about
Is it
that.
slam poetry?
Yeah, let's
That's the
slam.
podcast.
Let's slam the poetry.
Yeah.
Just be careful with it.
Just
Don't
pick
slam
a-
it necessarily.
No, I was just gonna. Let's find a
Oh,
random word.
Yeah, pick a letter or like a, yeah.
Swept.
Read a little
Swept.
bit.
Swept.
He kept and unkept. Ah, shit.
So the
You
concept
got
of
that.
swept is a little weird, but I
little
digress. I digress. But the depth in which swept can go is unkept. But I don't care because.
There we go. We're at it. We're
Don't be
at,
silly now.
we are adding. We're adding some more stories to it.
Yeah, we're getting stories.
right.
I didn't even read the rest of the words. I just read swept.
I got mess right here.
That's how he is. He could write his own fucking book, pal.
Okay. I possess a mess,
Orange.
and it
Alright,
is
Eminem.
a very big mess. I confess. The outrageousness of my mess will impress.
Why are you
even
reading
the
it like an
best.
audiobook?
This is the part where I added an AI to the
Chapter
podcast so that I can make it easy. There you go, bro. Slam poetry. Slam poetry podcast. 2 drinks in.
This looks like German. I guess.
Is the word German?
I guess this is all a mess. Shit, I've got access to your address.
I do
You better
digress.
put on your harness. You better stop with your bashfulness. My God. And your bitterness. God bless.
Aye.
Caress your chest, your cleverness. It's kind of feeling cloudiness. And up in here, you need to compress. I'm going cordless. But
Oh, he's going cordless.
He's going cordless.
There's like 100 more words.
That's pretty
in this
good.
one, but I'm not going.
There's 100 more words, but he digressed.
He digress.
Right. Yeah.
But I digress.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
to put some jazz music in the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is this the jazz type vibe podcast?
There we go.
That slam poetry type.
Jordan,
stuff.
did you check out that song that we made that we didn't do too much editing to, if any.
Which one? I think.
No, I sent it in the chat.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't
The link
see
to it
that
by-
one.
Yeah,
I
no,
definitely
that's
missed that.
We
that was
made
pretty
We
fun.
made a Chris Hansen type beat. We only spent an hour on it.
See if I got it.
We have a lot of cleaning up and a lot to add to it. I think we need
A
to
lot
get,
of cleaning up. And
I think we need to get Cameron back in here.
Yeah. No, he even threw a full on video for it and everything too.
Yeah, I
'Cause
just
we
added
we
it.
got him into character for a second.
Oh snap!
I'll throw this into the.
production.
I'll throw this in post production.
I get it. C3. Nice.
See, you got it. See. Yeah. Can they hear this in the thing? Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in post. Might as well.
Take a seat.
Post it.
Okay, yeah.
Take a seat.
Wow.
Take a seat.
I like the simple way.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. I'm Chris Hansen
Yeah.
with NBC.
Yeah, dude. He freestyled this, by the way. I lost it when he said, "I'm Chris Hansen with NBC." I lost it. That was the first take. Walked up to the mic, hit that. I died.
I would
I die.
I want a slice of pizza. Take a seat. Take a seat. This 30-year-old with the screen name Big Meat Lover Segman 4 is here to meet a 15-year-old hottie with a big body. Take a seat.
We watched some best of Chris Hansen, which actually it was funniest moments. I don't think there's a best of, but
It's right here in the transcript.
when there was funniest
So, if you
moments,
don't
so
mind,
we
how
tried
about
to
you
take inspiration from that.
Take a seat. Take a seat.
That's clever.
What did you mean by you want her to sit on your face? Take a hot piss. Maybe even a little shit. That's kind of sad, man. I mean, that's a lot of nasty stuff.
The auto-tune right there.
Got that so
Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat.
He said keep going.
Take a seat.
Keep going.
Take a seat. Take a seat. I'm Chris Hansen with NBC. Take a seat.
The chorus.
Take a seat.
Put a white chorus on it. Why not?
Take a seat. I would like a slice of pizza. Take a seat. Take a seat.
Little break.
Take a seat.
You can hear the headphones.
Take a seat.
Nice little break so you can
Take a seat.
Oh, that'd be hilarious when you hear the
Take a seat.
headphones.
Shortly after, the predator ran away on
This,
foot.
we got the MIDI for this
Killed
bit
by
too.
police.
Oh, y'all don't
We got creative.
Comstock was killed and pronounced dead on scene. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Take a seat.
Yeah, I got on the keys. You know.
Yeah. It was pretty good, bro.
I like this.
you-
I like this.
He basically stood up there. He just like went, I think, for probably about 20 minutes on the keyboard, just like repeating a couple notes, like here and there,
Hey, you figured
and got into the vibe. And yeah, we just put it up there, bro.
Did you say that it's unfinished?
It banged.
We got to do a lot more to that. We can add so much more.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's hilarious
Oh,
that
yeah.
you say that though. You released it. It's released.
Yeah.
That's on YouTube. I mean, we could do
call
a
this- we can call that a
remaster.
demo version, you know?
That's
Demo,
true. Yeah,
demo.
that's true.
Actually, wait,
demo track.
that's a leak.
Yeah,
Nowadays, that's a
the
leak.
unfinished
Lit.
version.
Yeah, that's lit.
Fuck. Damn, someone got a hold of our shit. They leaked it. By God, what does the public think? We can evaluate it. Just like fucking video
Yeah,
game
who
companies
leaked
do.
the video? Oh, he has the same
dude,
exact
yeah.
name
Oh,
as
guess we
your
gotta fire somebody. We're
channel.
not gonna say who, but oh yeah, fucking. They always leak video game shit like way.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's either just before the trailer or something. They want to gauge the fucking actual opinion of people before the fucking trailer. You know.
Yeah, like,
tells
oh,
people
That is
what-
so
how to
fucking
feel,
true.
you know?
They love doing that, man. Because
It's like-
Twitter, they will let you know. Twitter will let you know about like if you're doing something wrong, and if it leaks out that something's happening,
Like,
that's
right
gonna spread
before.
like wildfire.
Right before, you always get a real glimpse of it, and you get the real opinion. And then once the trailer's out, everybody's like, goo goo gaga. So it's like a whole fucking thing.
I just think it's funny that these leaks and stuff, they always come out around the same time every year. Like it's
Yeah.
cyclical. Like nobody has thought, hey, this happens around the same time every year. Is that not kind of suspicious? It's just that coincidental, huh? Just perfect timing every year. Same person, same people.
Yeah, no, they always have some sort of plot, some sort of agenda, basically that they keep always behind the closed doors. So look for
Always
their
behind the
shareholders.
Yeah, trying to impress the shareholders.
By God.
They just pay a lot of money, I guess.
Yeah, video games are a crazy ass industry, dude.
they
Yeah, because
suck
like crunch time they put out, like they have so little time to work on video games nowadays. Even though like they have like 3 years to do something, there's like a process to it where you
The demands have increased, but
Write
the
it,
window has
make
remained the
it,
same.
all that
Now,
stuff,
there
yeah.
are games like,
Exactly,
like
yeah.
Doom. Doom is now. They took like the new Dooms, you know, since 2016. So 2016 Doom was pretty fucking good, and then there was 2020 Doom,
2020,
and that one was fucking awesome. Took
Yeah.
them 4 years. A lot better on a new generation of consoles, I do believe. Or no, did it launch on Xbox One?
Probably.
I think it did,
so
'cause it was 2020.
Everything
so-
was on Xbox One.
Because Xbox.
I think they're
Series
still
X
releasing-
didn't come out
Yeah,
until-
I think they are
was it
actually.
2020.
Yeah,
Publishers are still
but they're
releasing
still
games
releasing.
on the Xbox One
Yeah,
and PS4.
So they're gonna make a new Doom game, and I think it's next year. So now now it's 5 years. And look at Grand Theft Auto. That's a classic example.
And it's
such a great
it
game.
was like 2, 3, 4 years in between games. And now what is it? Fucking it'll be
a decade.
over a decade.
Oh, I thought I meant in general.
It's gonna
at
be.
this point.
It's gonna be fucking. Have been 12 fucking years.
But
you know-
that's crazy, actually.
What's
yeah.
crazy-
Actually, no, 13 fucking years. That's a 13
Unless you
year
count
fucking gap.
Unless you
Isn't
count
that
the
fucking
PC
nuts?
release of GTA 5, which took like 3 years to come out or something. And to be honest, that did kind of change it because if you count mods and everything like that, the whole PC, like the PC space is still going on. It's still a live service that is still
it's
running.
ridiculous how that's like still as big as a thing as it is.
Yeah, I said that as a joke about it coming out 3 years later, but like to be honest, like if it's still like ongoing, then that's kind of crazy. The only games like that are like Minecraft and a couple other like things like that. GTA 5 is one of like the highest selling games.
I just think it's just crazy, like going to the crunch time thing. Like most game developers, they have 3 to 4 or 5 years, but with graphics and everything, the fact that these games take that long in the first place, like there's a lot going on, and then the graphics are improving, so it's like it only takes more and more to make these games, but like you said, they get the same amount of time. of course the games get crappier. And then it's like the publishers are making the devs focus on the components of the game that don't even really make the game better. They just get more shareholders.
Here's my Google gabba gabba goo with this, right? So they have had more demands, better graphics, more features, sure, but the tools have gone fucking insanely crazy since then too. Look at the Unreal Engine, the 5th one apparently. I didn't know there was one before that, but that's the 5th one. And look at what people can fucking do with that. You don't gotta be any fucking, a big ass developer time motherfucker. Like you can it's already got the tools to just automatically put it in there. It's not really like, it's become a lot fucking easier than building it from the ground the fuck up. Like think about how you had to make games 20 fucking years ago. My god, you had to build fucking everything, and it was like still fucked. You had to hide all the fucking broken shit, but like behind a brick fucking wall of like solid shit. But in those days, they couldn't have live updates. They launched it, and it was,
and that was it.
It worked.
That was it. Yeah. And so the fact that you say that,
broken.
the fact you say that, all of the technology that we have and the resources to make these games and the money that's put into these games. So why are so many games coming out today so garbage? Why are they so absolutely garbage?
Because that market has fucking exploded.
Of
you can
course,
exploit the shit out of it and make money off of nothing. Because everybody's playing fucking games. It's just about the money. Anything cosmetics. Who gives a fuck about cosmetics?
In the sad part,
why the fuck are cosmetics a fucking thing? They're fucking stupid for one. And why the fuck do they cost money? Fuck you. It's fucking stupid. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are you paying for fucking skins? You fucking idiot. Play the fucking game. No one looks at that. That's the stupidest fucking thing.
It's really stupid.
It's really fucking stupid. Like he said, listen to Jordan. What he says.
Retarded even.
It's retarded even. It's what he says. By God, it's fucking stupid. Like there's no fucking need for it, and people will get their. I'm getting the mic up on the piano here, but like it's. But like it's really fucking retarded. Like there's no fucking need.
He's getting heated and he's throwing things around the room now.
I'm breaking all the fucking technology, and technically that's my device. But I mean, I bought it like fucking a 90.
And it's so sad. And it's like, I want to see the numbers. I want to see the numbers that they're bringing in as their excuse to why they keep doing it, because it's insane to me. All these games, because like you just said, we don't have to build games from the ground up anymore. We have a template. If that's the case, then how are these games coming out so broken and unfinished?
And you have
exactly. You have an entire template and the game still doesn't freaking work, but the shop works. You can go and buy that skin every time.
Facts.
It'll go through every time.
So you can look at it in the fucking menu?
Because you can't play the game.
You can look at it in the menu, or now they have like these opening sequences in like all games. Even Halo's done it, where you see what the players of each team look like.
This is what we paid for.
That? Who gives a shit about this?
There's something that's kind of interesting to look at, because for the most bit, if you guys are looking at Microsoft and Sony, like, I mean, those are the owners of Xbox and PlayStation. Right. So, like, yeah, they're big mega corporations who have all these subsidiaries that they're looking at, and they're trying to get them all into like they're trying to get them all into one space that they can use. They're trying to make over the market share, and they're trying to get all the shareholders to invest inside of their companies. So whenever they do these massive showcases that are showing off all the new games that they got, their stock prices go so high after.
Right, they don't even freaking care about the game. It's like that stock price is. Oh my bad, I didn't cut you off.
Yeah, but you look at Nintendo over in Japan, and Nintendo, yeah, they are on the stock market. They have Nintendo America that they have stake shareholders and all that stuff, but they do focus on the games, and they publish. When was the last time you heard about a bad Nintendo game other than something that was kind of gay that they were working on?
It's rare.
Like,
they keep it
keep it very simple.
They publish polished games every single time.
Pokemon is garbage now.
Pokemon. But then again, you think about that. That's Pokemon is owned by a different company.
Yeah, I was like, this Game Freak, and that's their whole.
Yeah, they have their own like ideas going into it. Basically, yeah, Pokemon's pretty cool. I don't like Pokemon, bro.
it's fallen so far. It's so sad.
Yeah. I did play Pokemon back in the day on the Game Boy.
Yeah,
I had a Game Boy Advance. I was running up some Pokemon.
I was gonna say,
And, yeah, it was pretty fun. I had a
But-
little hack. But yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I guess like you said, honestly, with the stock, when the stocks and stuff go up, they probably don't even care about the games. It's just the stocks in general for their entire company. But it's sad. Games, the whole entertainment like industry today sucks because
But
it's
that's
just
what
about
happens
it's
when
just about
entertainment and artistry is fucking hijacked by the business money aspect of things, and that's I would argue, I would say even. I would perhaps posit to you that the greed, the desire for money and power, and the increasing of value for the wealth of the individual has robbed much of the world of its beauty. I mean,
indeed.
look at what the fuck we built, the fucking interstate system and all these railroads, and we got a fucking nice little fucking over the ocean fucking a bunch of maritime routes and shit that have absolutely fucking raped the natural environment for economic fucking reasons to bring value to whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like in a trade transaction, you think that you're the winner, but somebody like it. Each person comes away from the transaction thinking that they're a winner, right? But someone ultimately is the fucking is the fool of the
Right.
interaction. Like this person paid way too much for this for some stupid shit. You're a fucking idiot. Well, this person bought something to make their fucking life better. Who really won there, pal? You know, they're getting it for cheaper.
It's such a
Gabagool.
sad world.
gabagool.
Like, you know, like especially like as someone who is very into art and, you know, music and stuff, and the idea of going further into that area, and then you just look and you see how the industry is full of a bunch of secret, you know,
Gabagoosters.
secret low-key clubs, finessing, blackmailing, blacklisting, weird, who knows,
I'm
peeing
telling
on
you, all
people,
these blacks.
money, all these freaking blacks, and,
Diddy.
and the ones who orchestrate those blacks.
By
I'll leave it there.
I'm not gonna say it.
My God.
Long pause.
Hit it with the-
Says exactly what he said he wasn't gonna say.
I'm not gonna say who it is, but let's just say,
It was this particular
They're-
individual.
yeah, we'll leave it at that.
I need a brew. I'll be
Yeah.
right back. Anybody need a brew?
You
We're
wanna
gonna have a.
you
We'll
wanna-
be right back after these messages.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do one of those.
Do-do-do-do.
You don't think we could carry this on our own?
I think we could. I was gonna say
you
we
guys
could
got
do
it.
that.
We could leave Carter out of the loop. He'll come back dazed and confused for the
But-
first couple of minutes, but you know we'll carry on. We'll make it
But I don't
last.
know.
We'll survive it. I'm gonna interrupt you a few more times before, even though you're trying to get your momentum back up.
But it's like
And then I said,
going to
but first,
with Nintendo.
Nintendo is
exactly,
like big, yeah.
precisely. But it is interesting though, because like, you know, like Carter was saying, like Nintendo and how they make games and their games still turn out to be good. But then, you know, I was gonna say over in America, but Sony's not American. But then you look at Microsoft and Sony, and it's like their games and everything. What's going on? Like especially PlayStation. You know, like the whole thing between Xbox and PlayStation has always been PlayStation has the better games. But where I'm at now, I have both of them, and PlayStation isn't really releasing any games. Like even my peoples that I went to college with.
They claim to have all the exclusives
Right.
and all the games.
But it's like even the
like,
peoples that I went to college
really?
with who were heavy like PlayStation fanatics, even they agreed like the other day, like, yeah, bro, Sony hasn't really been dropping any games. But it's just funny. It's like, it seems like neither of the companies that are supposed to be in this game competing for the consoles, neither of them are really putting any
dead right
effort
now,
to
doesn't it?
actual games. Yeah.
like
and the stuff that they do release, it's like it's very they barely put any effort into it. They just did the bare minimum.
half baked, you say?
Exactly. And it's just interesting because every day these companies are technically just getting bigger, are they not? If they're not getting bigger, should they be getting better? How is it that every day they're getting bigger and getting
because
more
of the
money, but
stocks. It's all about
and that's
like
the problem.
it's all about the stockholders and who's putting stock in it. They're not actually making money.
Yeah,
from the
it's
games.
all
It's-
stocks.
That's why they don't give a shit to make it a game worth the fuck anymore. You know, no one makes a good like. I believe that Rockstar would make a good Grand Theft Auto.
It seems like we kind of picked up where we left.
Regardless
off.
of there being a woman in the game, oh god, I really don't think that's as big a deal as people, like
No.
I think people are assuming that it's like this woke agenda that there's a minority woman. I really don't think that's what it's about. Like, Miami is a crime-ridden place, and that's what the game seems to be based on. Is Miami? Like, it's a criminal place. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 had a fucking Franklin, a black man. I think that's very representative of the fucking of L.A.
And he was armed.
He had both his arms, so I think that was very representative. I mean, what the fuck? Like, I think people like to hijack things, and make them about political things because they're fucking what do you call it? They're in this cultish Baltic Sea sort of mentality.
Yeah, and some people just want to be upset about something because it's like that's like similar to the Assassin's Creed game that's coming out in the Samurai. Or I don't know the technical terms because apparently there's like actual technical terms to what he actually
Black
was.
Samurai?
Yeah, and everybody's mad because they're like, oh, it's in Japan and you do some black guy.
They're like, there was
woke.
never a
But
Black
it's-
Samurai, but wasn't there actually?
Yeah, it's
one?
based off of the actual. It's actually based off of a real person, and so it's like you're getting upset, but it's actually based off of history, which Assassin's Creed is actually somewhat known for doing, actually keeping historic events. And so now it's like, what are you mad at? You think they're being woke? Maybe they are, but at least what they're doing is still historically accurate, and you're still pissed off. You just want to complain about something.
I feel like it's trying to give people the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
I
they
feel
have
like
an
it
actual-
appeals like to history, but it's also got like, hey, you want some representation? This happened historically. This is for real. Like, there you go.
I heard
And
it was
then-
Japan that was upset about Assassin's Creed.
Really?
Like,
What?
I heard it was like the
Was it
native
people in
Japanese
Japan?
culture were getting upset about the representation of it.
That might
because
have been
wasn't
it.
the apology
We don't make it
addressed
for
to them?
Oh, I don't remember no
I thought
apology.
it was.
I didn't know
thought
there was an
like
apology.
to the
I didn't
people
look
of
that deep
Japan.
into it.
My bad. Like, I
thought
thought the apology was that.
I remember I read something that was saying some people were saying that it seemed like a lot of people over here were getting more mad than even people in Japan. But what a lot of people were saying was that, again, it's historically accurate. And why are you getting upset? Because they do actually have a Japanese character in there. Unless you're going to get upset because she's a woman.
I also like don't
But-
care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care, but it's like,
About
but
anything.
they have, like, why are you mad? They have an actual character of Japanese descent and origin, and they're in the game that you can play as.
Minorities are bad.
But it's like, are you going to be upset because that person is a woman? Did you want them to be a man? But it's like, why are you upset? It's historically accurate, and you still have your culture represented.
Personally, women are bad. They shouldn't be allowed in anything.
I think everybody is bad. I don't think anybody should be allowed in anything.
Like Tomb Raider, that guy was awesome.
Guys, I suppose, yeah.
I think our game should just be Tetris and Candy Crush Saga. That's
Just
it.
Tetris and Candy Crush.
Any other game that I've played, I've hated. But if I play Candy Crush Saga,
Only like
and I'm
Tetris.
loving it.
Would you be more interested in reality if games were like basically board games still?
Yo,
Would
that'd
you
be kind of
bored?
crazy, dude. How many?
On the one hand, I
Monopolies?
feel like no, but on the other hand, I feel like since we wouldn't
Which hand?
know video games,
Right or left hand?
the right, because it's got the water, and so water
Wrong.
I represent with nothing. So anyway, I feel like since we would have never had actual games, we wouldn't even know, like an ignorance is bliss type thing. So maybe we would be having a blast playing some board games right now.
The creativity
when I was a
would be
kid, I
limited
did.
by imagination. Basically, you wouldn't have to worry about a hard drive and the capabilities of like your computer. You'd just be like, oh shit. There's 4 rocks that we're gonna throw at each other now. New rules, made them up on the fly. It basically just be like,
Yeah.
making up
maybe,
shit
yeah.
on the fly all the time.
When was the last time you played a
Lucas.
board game?
Board games are fun.
When I was last bored.
Dang, so when was the last time you bored? That could either be like yesterday or maybe you never get bored. I don't know. Like,
I always find something to keep me occupied. I'll tell you that.
because I don't think I've played a board game since like I was like 15 or something.
How does a person get bored these days?
I'm bored all the time.
Really, you don't like have a billion things that you could be like. I mean, you have access to the fucking the world's and all of like modern fucking humans like
That's the
knowledge
problem.
of everything.
It's like I
you're
have
not
access.
obsessed with information.
It's like I have access to so many different things that I can look at and do, but it's like none of those things interest me. On a day-to-day basis, like 100 different things will cross my mind that I could do, and I just end up
But
like,
so you want to play a game that's engaging. You want to play like a real life game. Like you don't want to fucking
yes, but not even. Like I'm telling you, it's weird. Like I will turn on Red Dead, because I've had that game since 2018 when it came out, and I'm still only like 45% through the story.
Oh yeah.
I will turn on the game. I will wake up in the morning because I turned the game on before I woke up. And I would want nothing to do. I don't know. I want nothing to do but just play the game. I'll turn it on. I'll get to the main menu. I'll press start. I'll run 500 feet. I'll pause the game and I'll just sit there and do something else. That's where I'm at right now in life. Like, there's so many different things that I think I want to do. I don't end up doing anything.
But that's
so I
not
just
what
be
you
bored
want to
all
do
the
right
time.
now. And I think there's something like, I think
And
that.
the problem is, I struggle to find the thing that I want to do
So,
in those scenarios.
well,
You should
know, it's
pick up a
not
fighting
that.
game, dude. That'll give you a whole lot of shit.
but
to
I
do.
have
You
Mortal
could try
Kombat.
it. You could try it.
I got Mortal
tried it.
Kombat.
I
1
have
I've been
Mortal
playing
Kombat.
recently.
Yeah, I have Mortal Kombat.
Jordan, what I meant when my question was like, or my insinuation is that you need a real life game to play. Like,
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
You
yeah.
should fight
Like
people
you-
in real life,
like-
dude.
yeah,
Pick up
better than
UFC.
NPC, you know. But,
like, I've had football and
people play
sports.
a game in their career. Their career is a game.
Yeah.
You know, their relationship is a game.
Yeah.
Like, everything is an engaging, real game. It's not a video game. It's not a board game. It's an actual game you're playing with people.
Right.
You know, so it's like, I mean, you played so much football.
Right.
Everything is a strategic, like, fucking activity that you were involved in, like, as it happens actively.
Yes.
You need that, like, to be engaged in the fucking moment. And
Yes.
if you're just, like, sitting there, you have to just create a fucking situation. It's like,
I suck at that.
damn, this is, what the fuck? I'm meant to be in combat. I'm meant to be
Yes.
fucking doing shit on the fly. You know, fucking shit up as it happens to me. But as it so happens, those things do not happen in that way of happening. So,
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, it's like, cause yeah, like you said, I've been doing sports my whole life. Once I was done with that, and I decided to drop that, and it's like I'm just living life now. Nothing is engaging out, and then we already talked about how games suck now. So it's like when it comes to regular life, nothing is engaging. I don't have that thing, you know. And then even with like jobs and careers, that crap isn't engaging to me. It's
You
like there's very
respond to
little
situations.
that.
You haven't created situations.
Yeah, there's very little these days that things that interest me and engage me to the point that I'm actively trying to do it. You know, like if I don't catch myself, there will be days where I'll just get up and I'll just like sit in my chair and not do anything. And I'll just sit there. I'm just thinking.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, like I'm just sitting there thinking all
Yeah.
day. My mind's just racing. There's a bunch of things that I know I probably could or should be doing, but I don't have the interest or engagement or desire to do them. I have no dopamine to do that activity. So yeah,
I mean, it's-
how do we get here? I don't know.
I think my neighbors think I'm selling dope. That's a concern I have.
Selling
Oh, yeah,
dope.
that's a great song. Yeah,
Selling dope.
Selling dope.
selling dope.
I guess
guess
the neighbors
so.
think I'm selling dope.
Selling dope.
I am.
Yeah.
That's a song reference. If you people didn't realize
we
that.
are about to get copyright raped by. Oh, I didn't say that word by Mr. Germanicus Cole. Again.
Well, if we. Well, I mean, we meant no disrespect by it. I feel like
but admiration
Mr.
and
Cole,
adoration.
yeah, he's
Guys.
very inspirational. I feel like he would, he's a pretty down to earth, understanding rapper. Watch the podcast get taken down immediately the very first day.
Oh shit! Something you guys were talking about earlier about networking and connections and everything.
Oh,
about
yeah.
the person
It
who did
was-
the podcast with CeeLo Green
Oh yeah,
and everything. I think like, bro, if we
you want to
set a-
you guys want to hook up, communicate. I said the completely wrong words there.
see, I don't know. I saw Clay pointing, and then like I was like, "What's he point? What are you pointing at?"
Yeah, no, I was trying to say like, yeah, you think maybe they listen to this? You guys trying to like collaborate? You guys looking for maybe they need an engineer? You guys need a podcasting engineer?
Oh yeah. And I was saying if we can set a goal for the podcast of like having somebody on or something like that. We start
Yeah,
getting people
Donald
in for an like specific. Yeah, we get
Yeah.
Donald Trump on a stream. We give him a Cybertruck Tesla.
Give
Tesla
him like
Cybertruck.
Aiden Ross.
Yeah, Aiden Ross. Which you didn't see. I was showing him that stream because he couldn't believe it, and
Oh, yeah.
we
I
didn't
saw
get to the
that,
part
yeah.
where Aiden Ross gives Donald Trump a Cybertruck with the assassination attempt wrapped around it. You know what I'm saying?
The
Wow,
hold
that
on,
is crazy.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Okay, I've seen a clip of him showing him the inside of a Cybertruck.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah.
what you're telling me is fucking ridiculous. Now, I didn't know who Aiden Ross was. I just thought he was some kind of e-celebrity, bullshit. I know he's
E-celebrity.
So when
E-celebrity.
Carter showed this to me, and it's literally like them doing an actual fucking stream,
Dude,
with
it's-
some very obvious cuts, by the way.
Yeah, we
Interesting.
saw that. We caught a
And-
couple cuts.
Interesting.
But I mean, it's very befuddling. Very like this is like
It is really
not
interesting
get
to
into
see what's
politics,
going
but,
on.
like, I think not to get into politics, but I think very clearly Donald Trump has like more of an understanding. I think he's smarter in this way, an understanding of
reaching
like,
the younger generation.
exactly like of how to speak to
Niggas on
actual
the
human
stream.
beings and
on a
not like
live
establishment investors.
Yeah.
I guess that's why he's announced.
Well, here's the
Meanwhile-
thing.
meanwhile,
Imagine
Gabagoo.
if RFK was the Democratic nominee. So he's been on YouTube for a good bit, and he's been doing a lot more crazy appearances on, like, he's been doing podcasts with people,
Yeah.
like comedy people and all this
Was
shit.
he on Joe Rogan?
I'm pretty
I
sure
forget.
RFK was on Joe Rogan. He probably was because he was
been on
doing
everybody.
massive press tours
Yeah.
and doing like YouTube videos
he
and all
does
these
that shit
things.
good too. He
And
knows what he's doing.
we've started to see Donald Trump kind of dip his toes into that because he did a video of golfing with some guy, and then he
I
does
saw
the
that.
Aiden Ross stream. I watched it
He
too.
did like the Logan Paul.
He
right?
smacked. Yeah, he did the Logan Paul podcast. He
He-
smacked those golf balls, bro. He was fucking hidden.
I mean,
That's
It
all
was
they do.
crazy.
if Donald Trump was to go on to Joe Rogan, and I think Joe Rogan has even like talked about the idea of this, he would not want to voice just one opinion. Like I think that's the only like problem he has with.
Are you
with
saying
that.
Donald Trump on Joe Rogan?
Yeah, like I would
Yeah.
love to see that.
That would be kind of
but Joe Rogan is
interesting.
reluctant because he feels like he'd be like giving a voice to one side or some shit.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I just want to
see
see
what
what
you're
happened
saying.
He
afterwards.
doesn't want to be like
He feel like he'd be wrapped up in too much political
Yeah.
nonsense.
who wants to be in that? As if he hasn't been in enough already. But
I met
Yeah.
Joe Rogan
I don't know. I don't pay
moderating a debate.
It could be bad, but I don't be paying attention to none of that stuff.
Cringe.
None
It's
of
cringe.
it. It's not even
It's
cringe. I just,
cringe.
even though I probably should, I just don't care because it's all just absurdism to
None
me.
of it matters, though.
Yeah, it's absurdism to me.
stupid.
It's just stupid. Like it's pointless.
it's all for show.
Exactly. It's all for show. Because going back to the
Oh,
Donald
like
Trump
the
thing
stage.
with the streaming thing, like it's so funny now today. Like it's gotten to the point that our politicians are using our live stream content creators as promotion for their campaigns and
Well, there was
stuff.
also the Kamala thing. You about to talk
Yeah,
about
we were
that?
talking about the Kamala shit about she was trying to get onto Kai Cenat's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She was trying to get on his stream too.
Yeah.
I just remember I saw something earlier today. She was trying to use Quavo and the Migos on one of their songs to
Are you
relate
for
to
real?
us. And everybody in the comments was like, wow, so this is how you're trying to use modern rap and stuff to relate to us. And everybody was like, this is probably how she thinks of us. Yeah, I've been talking a little bit to like my family. It's just not to dive further into the political stuff, but I've just been laughing because my cousin and I were like, yeah, we're pretty sure that our entire generation is voting for Trump. And honestly, it's simply just because of the fact that he's Trump. I personally think that that's a lot to it. I really don't think that it goes that deeper. I genuinely think that like some of our generation just is like, he's Trump in the older generation. And some other people hate him and this and that. Like they hate him so much. And so, F you guys, we're going to vote for him. Like I honestly feel like that's part
Don't
of
you
it.
think it's interesting? Like so today's boomers were the counterculture of the 60s when we had Vietnam and everything. They were the counterculture. They were the hippies. They were the drug doers. They were the rebellious types. They changed society. And now that the old people, they're wanting to keep things that way. And now the countercultural is more like more of an ordered, more of a red conservative type of thing. Because shit's just gotten too
what
out
the
of
youth
fucking
want
whack.
now.
And you see the pendulum fucking swing like that.
And
You
it's
see that
been
pendulum
swinging low key.
But I mean, that shit's swinging hard. I mean, and I think so there was a response to that in the 80s when we had fucking Reagan. That was an overwhelming fucking landslide, fucking twice. Like, ridiculous. So, like, it's just interesting to see that pendulum just move back and forth. And I feel like we're definitely in some radical times. I mean, someone shot the fucking president.
Yeah, we're in some radical.
That's happened in a long
times.
time. That never happened. So that
The
that is
economy
kind of
would
crazy.
get all crazy when we become adults, and it's supposed to be our time to start adulting, wouldn't it?
Oh God, this is too much work. You know,
It's
sometimes
very.
I think. I think
Yeah.
Some days, bro, I really do be waking up and I'd be like, bro, like existing is just a chore. Like, frick.
Do you feel like you were like constantly, now that you're in this adult world, like we're young adults, do you feel like every day you were in the middle of like 10 different moral dilemmas?
Bro, I kid you not. I kid you
With
not. When
every
Carter
possible factor of life.
Carter texted me at 7:13.
Yeah, it was
asking
late.
like, what's up?
That particular time.
I think I responded around like 7:20. I didn't leave the house to come over here until like 8:40
Yep.
because I was having so many different moral dilemmas as to what I needed to do and take care of, to the point that it had me just occupied for over an hour of what I needed to
just say,
do
"Fuck
next. Yeah, finally, after talking, I was like, all right, so
Meanwhile, I
with
was
the
mowing
things
the
that I
grass.
need to do, I was like, if I don't go there, I would need to do this, and I feel like doing that tomorrow. So but yeah, bro, I was sitting there and I started getting pissed off at myself. I was like, nigga, you've been standing here for over a freaking hour,
Yep.
not doing anything, trying to figure out what you need to do. Like, yeah, it's like I feel like every day I have so many moral dilemmas that I'm just like kind of just stuck. Like, I'm just not doing anything. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck?
I just feel like I'll be at work and like I've got like fucking 100 things on my fucking mind, like problems that I've been sitting on, that I've been ignoring, and some that are suddenly coming up, and every single time one comes up, it's like I don't know if it's either like I'm numb to it. Some things I'm just absolutely fucking numb to.
Yeah.
But other things, it's like, God damn, that's a fucking like a dick in the elbow right there. That is like that.
Classic.
Like you're just like, God damn it, quit fucking adding shit onto me. I didn't
Yeah.
fucking ask for this. I haven't done anything. Why are people bringing bullshit to me? What the fuck? But it's like, what can you even fucking do about that? You have to fight them as they come and whoop their ass as soon as possible, so that you can be simultaneously dealing with as little bullshit as possible.
As possible, yeah. Because the worst part is, when you procrastinate
Always
this
playing
stuff,
catch up
and then
otherwise.
more BS happens, and so now you got to try to quickly figure this out, just so you can now deal with because that's exactly how I felt when I had got the third nail in the same tire driving to this stupid freaking job within the span of like 5 months. I was
And what flat he's
done. I was freaking done. I was like, are you the same tire? The same exact one.
That's pretty fucking shit.
Can we
dude.
fix these roads? What am I paying taxes for?
Who's leaving nails out on the roads?
I don't. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's just like subcontractors like leaving the site, and it's like they gotta get rid of the shit, so they don't get a report to the boss. Extra leftover shit they're just tossing out the window, like throwing candy out like it's a parade. Here, road, have some fucking nails. This is how we do it in fucking Honduras.
I don't know, but yeah, the moral dilemmas is waking up every day. I ask myself, like, what?
Chicken butt.
That's
the
it.
answer.
Just what? Just what?
Chicken butt.
Yeah,
That's what you gotta say. I mean, honestly, like
Wake
at
up,
this
guess
point-
what? Chicken butt.
honestly,
Chicken
yeah,
butt.
you just have to.
At this point, I'm just like,
It's basically.
I really don't
like,
care.
What is it? How do you pronounce it? Is it nihilism? Nihilism?
nihilism.
Yeah.
So nihilism is the opposite of absurdism, but they're the same thing. At the same time.
I was gonna say they're like. I remember seeing something. It was like they're absurdism
Is it
is like
that
a
bus?
branch, but at the
Bus
same
drawing?
time, I don't think it was that.
There's
it was
that
a video.
bus meme, like
It was
where
a
one
video.
guy on the it's a meme.
Oh, I think I have
One
seen
guy
that.
on the bus is looking at the depressing rock wall. One guy's looking out at the nice, beautiful landscape, and it's like nihilism is looking at the shitty, absurdism is looking at the fucking
yeah.
beautiful, and they have the same conclusion.
But it's just
none of
the
this
way-
matters.
yeah.
But it's your perspective. It's
Right.
like nothing matters, so fuck it. Everything sucks, or nothing matters, so fuck. I don't have to care. By God.
I feel
about
like
that?
there have been some days
Oh, well.
where I go out the house, focusing on like absurdism, like
Yeah.
nothing matters, so let's just go out, and then it's just. You ever, like those days where it's just a string, it's just like a domino effect.
Yeah.
It's like one thing happens and another thing happens. Because you know how it's like
rolled over.
something's gonna happen and you just gotta bounce back. You know, it's like whatever. But it's like
Keeps on piling on.
those days where it's like this happens and then immediately this happens and now this and this.
Your momentum fucking
Yeah, it
collapses.
quickly
right in front of you.
shifts from absurdism to nihilism. It's just pure like, yeah, bro, what's the point of all this BS? I just recovered from the crap I was struggling with a month ago. Just dealt with the BS this
There's no
morning.
break.
Now this.
There's no breaks.
Yeah, I was talking to my like aunt, I think a week or so about this. It's like I feel like as soon as you recover, it's like, I'm good. Then it's like boom, you drop. And so it's like
you gotta keep fighting. There's
it's-
you can't stop. It's
and so it pisses you off because you realize that it's like, man, the people, or if you can get to a point, or the people that are be able to already be like born in it or whatever, when you're at a point that you can just when the BS happens, you can take care of that BS and still like operate. Basically, to have the financial stability to just be able to fly through the BS and still keep going.
Yeah.
Because that's really the biggest issue is when the BS happens and then it sets you back so much because, you know, you're making $3.07 raspberries, you know, working 60 hours a week at your job.
what the
Oh, yeah.
fuck? Well, I mean, what you're saying about that is like that makes a lot of fucking sense to me because, like, when I had my fucking whole weight loss journey, I fucking got sick of that shit. I got angry. I said, fuck it, I'm taking care of this shit. I'm dealing with it. So I fought like a motherfucker to like undo all the bullshit I'd done to my body, and I'd gotten myself right. And then I felt like I had achieved that, and I was like, okay, mission's over. And then I fucking gained a lot of that back. And so time after time, I would fucking fluctuate until like right now I'm kind of like able to maintain it. So like you learn that the fight is never fucking over. The war never ends.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, do you hold the advantage at all times? And are you
Yeah.
actively trying to take ground? But you can never take the entire fucking place. That threat will always fucking be there. So you always,
if minuscule.
it's like having a country. You know, we win the war, we win the revolution, but the British will fucking come back. Other fuckers will try to come and take our shit. You always have to be fucking ready to fuck some motherfuckers up. The war is not over.
And it's
You're never done.
and it's like the sad part about it is that even when you get to that point to where you have the advantage and everything is kind of cruising, you always still have to pay some attention to it.
Yeah.
Like still somewhat
It's gotta become
consistently.
a part of who you are.
Exactly.
It has to.
Because if you think, all right, this is good and you just kind of let it cruise for a while, it will slowly over time creep back up. Like, and I think
It'll say
like
goodbye.
now that you say
The
like
devil's
that,
always fucking there. You
And it's
can't
like now
kill the
that you
devil.
say that, it makes you realize like why so many philosophers be like, yeah, life within itself is suffering, because it's like you never truly get a break. It's like there's always something. There's always something.
All life is suffering, but that is kind of like, as absurdism, that is kind of a relief.
Yeah.
You know, that like, okay, so it is here. There's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is try to reduce it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe try to make things better for other people, because every single thing you do, every fucking thing that you do matters. Everything that you think in your brain matters. Every moment of everything you do matters. And you have no idea how, you know, your thoughts shifting towards a certain way affecting, it's a butterfly effect. That will affect how you fucking like talk to someone on a certain day. That'll affect their mood and how they talk to fucking everybody else their day. It's like, you ever had like someone pissed off at work and it just fucking kills the mood for everybody?
Yeah,
Like,
me.
everybody's
That was
vibing,
me.
and
Unfortunately, like I've seen it.
you
yeah,
you
I've
can
seen
be
it.
that guy, or other people can be that guy. I've been that fucking guy, and it fucking kills the mood for everybody, and it's just horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, and it sucks, like, to feel like you have to like deal with that bullshit quietly, suffering in silence.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I fuck everyone else over by having a bad mood and expressing that, or do I keep it to myself and let everybody else be happy? At what point do you decide which one is worth shitting on? You know, because you have to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to decide when it is appropriate to stick up for yourself and when is it appropriate to stick up for the people around you. You know, when are you being selfish? And when are you being a dick? And when are you sticking up for
yeah,
yourself? Because if you don't stick up for yourself,
No one
will.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you
this,
I feel like you can always let people know that you're in a bad mood without them feeling like they're in the crosshairs,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if they do acknowledge that something is wrong with you, then you can just basically say, hey, I'm in a bad mood, but I don't know, I make jokes about it.
Yeah.
Like if I am in a bad mood or something like that and someone is talking to me, I'll over exaggerate conversational beat or something like that, and basically, like, I don't know, there's a couple different things that you can do.
Yeah.
Here
I
and
was
there,
gonna
but yeah, you just let them know.
I agree. Yeah, I mean that is a good point. Like, if people don't immediately notice you have a problem, then especially if your problem isn't like with them, if it is, then you should address it. But
Yeah, they
Well,
should
you're
have
not
no
being your
reason
same
to.
self today. What the hell?
yeah, and,
Like,
but the problem is that
That's not my obligation, sir.
especially in the workplace, we're supposed to pretend as if we aren't humans and we don't have these type of experiences. The problem is that when someone does have issues, but they're supposed to just be a robot and pretend that they don't.
And
it's
you look like you're looked at like a freak if you fucking
Yeah.
like, allow yourself to be
to
free.
have exactly, and that is such a funny thing. Like, it's so funny how we will constantly laugh at other people, talk about other people, gossip, make fun, look down upon, shame people for doing certain things when we do those exact same things. And the only reason
Yeah.
that we're shaming them for it is because it's in public and they're the ones that were the unfortunate victim as opposed to us. It's like, why do we, it's so interesting that we do things like that. Like, we shame people for
do.
stuff that we do, but it's
We're
like,
just as fucked as they are.
yeah, it's interesting. Like, what are we? What are humans? What is,
Bunch of gabagoolies.
I suppose so. I suppose so.
I fucking suppose so.
It is a.
I was gonna say that.
It is a-
Gabagoolies sounds like a perfect.
Gabagool.
It's a very interesting thought.
Well, I mean, that's why, like,
I'm geeked, bro.
I'm geeked, bro.
so like, I think, and I've always said this, everybody's a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
Which is why you should never, I don't think you should ever fucking act like your shit's perfect. Because if you can't look at a situation where someone's being a fucking cunt and see part of yourself in them, you're a fucking fool. Everyone's a fucking hypocrite. Now, if you see someone acting a fucking fool and you fucking talk shit about them, I think simultaneously you should recognize that fault in yourself as well. And then try to be humble about it. Like, maybe don't be so hard on them because, they're really not that much different than you are. Because as different as people are, we're more alike than we are different. We really are. We come from, like, we come from like a much smaller group of individuals not too long ago in history.
Yeah. Like, we're not that old.
very
We're not that old.
We organize very similarly across the fucking world.
Being a species, we all
have families.
we all
Yeah.
share
With the
similar
fucking
qualities between a brain.
I think we forget that. Like,
Yeah.
we are still like
Got the
one
same wiring.
species.
Yeah, exactly. We belong to a global tribe of beings that are the best on Earth. We are the best on Earth. We are
We the best.
we the best. Like, we go crazy,
Xenophobic
bro.
much?
Like, you don't know.
As long as we have our brain and resources and guns.
Yes, guns,
That's all we need.
Yeah.
bullets, lead.
Yeah.
If it's just not for like.
Yeah, because if we
Yes,
don't, then we need a lot of prep time to
Oh,
get some pointy sticks. We need pointy sticks. But like what you were saying, I feel like these days I'm more willing than I think I ever have been, especially just because of how I was raised, and particularly to admit when I'm wrong. Like, I have no problem being like, oh yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, appreciate it. But it's like,
You're open-minded.
the generation, not the generation
You
above
feel
us.
better admitting that too.
Yeah, but like, and
not
plus,
trying to
like,
make up a whole fucking spiel about.
an intelligent individual recognizes when they don't understand something, and they recognize that you grow by learning. So if you don't know something, well, now you know what you learned. But it's like our parents' generation, and it's like some of our parents, their family, that it feels like they just have to be right.
Specifically, you're a fucking idiot,
specifically
pal.
when talking to you, it's like whatever the conversation may be, they will never admit if they are wrong or not, but they will always try to tell you that you are wrong.
To save face because leadership.
Do you think it's
needs to
because
look good.
they grew up in the age Well,
Neglect. They grew up in the age of neglect. So.
Yeah, we grew up in the age of information with the internet and all these different things. But
They did. That's what they say. That's what they say. Like my parents' generation, they talk about how their parents would just send them outside and they would just have to figure out what to do. So they grew up in neglect. But yeah, the age of information.
We had the same shit, but we got the internet, so we stayed inside. And they didn't do anything about it. They were like, "Why are these people going outside?" Yeah. That's what that was my parents basically. Like, why isn't this kid going outside? And I was like, I'm running up some Modern Warfare 3, dude. Like I've got the Spec Ops Survival running up. I'm on wave 35. I just took down the last Juggernaut in the wave, dude. I'm finna get a Predator strike. Like, why would I want to go play with a rock in the creek?
Cable here.
I mean, for me, like it's like I got back from practice. I've already been outside all day. I'm not gonna then go back outside. I'm gonna go and be inside. But yeah, it's just, and then like I said, me growing up, my peoples, they were always quick to tell you when you were wrong. Even when you were right, you were still somehow wrong. And so these days, I feel like I operate as, I'll be quick to be like, oh yeah, I'm probably wrong. Even though a lot of times I'm pretty confident when I'm right. It's just how he was raised.
But then you gotta assert yourself. It's like, now hold on there, pal. Now hold on there, pal. Let's really break this down, because they don't want to feel fucking stupid, and they don't want to feel figured out. Now, have you ever encountered this before, where someone is telling you something and you're trying to like interpret it like in your own words, like kind of how you do in conversation, like you hear something and you spit out your version of how you understand that to help you understand and to make sure that they know that you understand what they're saying. That's like a good like concept for like a good back and forth conversation. That's how you know someone's actually fucking listening, is they're trying to interpret it and they're trying to fucking translate, because everyone has their own fucking language. Now, but when you have that situation and you're trying to fucking interpret things in your own words, and you give it to them, it's like, well, no, not exactly, and you do that back and forth for 100 fucking times. Why do they not want you to like? Why do they not want you to like to figure out what the fuck they're saying? Like they want to fucking lecture you, but they don't want you to be fucking.
So annoying.
They want to lecture you, but they don't want to explain. They don't want to detail their logic. They don't.
But you can peg them fucking correctly, like right there. And I don't mean like in the ass, but like you can fucking peg them correctly,
exactly
right there, and then be like, well, no,
and they won't explain.
Exactly. Well, you didn't. Well, then apparently you either didn't fucking explain it correctly, or you just refused that I could fucking understand what you're saying, fucking dickhead. So what's the point of this fucking interaction? I'm fucking tired of it. This is exhausting. I don't want to talk to you anymore, fuckhead.
Like it feels like you just want to keep this power dynamic because it makes you feel like you're in control. So you refuse to give me all the information. You refuse to elaborate. So I continue to remain confused so that you can then pretend as if you have, which is just
like, who the fuck are you?
Which especially in the contents of like families, you have to learn on your own. Isn't the whole point of family to build together?
To fucking help you not be a dumbass retard and make the same mistakes they fucking made? My God. Now, if
they do it in their own way.
No, they don't.
In their own
everybody's got to do shit their own way because everybody's different.
They just don't like revealing.
Sending you off on your own and telling you to figure it out is not doing it in your own way.
That's just, hey, fucking good luck figuring shit out, pal. I'll be here in case you need a fucking
and then those be the parents those be the parents in 20-30 years. Why don't you call? Why don't you ever come over and visit? Because we don't have a relationship.
I'm not obligated to you just because you fucking like helped like create me
because
initially.
You couldn't wrap it up.
You didn't create the fucking rest of me. If I had to create the rest of me and you didn't contribute much to it, then what the fuck kind of bond do we have? All you did was provide the DNA, pal.
Yep.
But I mean, not that I.
And it wasn't even that great of DNA to begin with, so.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing. For some people, yeah.
Aliens.
Ended on aliens? Yeah, that's what it is.
I got the alien DNA. I got that Alienware.
Okay, Elon Musk over here, or Mark Wahlberg.
Honestly, I feel like at this point, sometimes
downloaded a little Alienware.
At this point, I feel like sometimes if I found out that I was alien, it would honestly make more sense. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, you know what?
You feel like an alien? You feel like an
sometimes,
alien?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes growing up, I definitely felt like an alien.
I wanted to bring this up earlier before we started recording. You talk about like being shy. Now, I read something earlier about. I was actually reading this whole string of comments because I like to follow like the online dating Reddit accounts and just to see what people's like thoughts are, because like I have no one to really bounce this shit off of, and I like to see like the different like conversations that these different like bullshit shenanigans.
Can you pull one up?
I can.
Can you put? I want to read. So you said online dating Reddit.
Yeah, so no, it's not like they online date on there. They talk about like Tinder and fucking whatever.
They talk about
like there's different like subreddits for those
pull
things. And there was one.
He said, "Pull it up."
Yeah,
There was one that was talking about like how like they used to like I think it was Reddit. I think and it may be wrong. It may have been a different like one, but I look into those a lot. They're talking about how like they used to be shy as a kid. And now they can't stop talking to people. As they get older, they find themselves to be more extroverted, and they can't fucking stand that fact. Like now, they just talk to anybody. Actually, no, it wasn't that. It was a comment section about like the differences between like European culture and like American culture, how outgoing Americans are. So that's a whole different thing I look into. But like the differences in those cultures, like apparently Europeans like keep to themselves. It's like Japan, like other countries, they don't like to just spark up conversation with strangers they see. Whereas Americans are like, hey, how you doing, Bill? Like you think about like you go to the fucking gas station, and you fucking like, oh, let's have a conversation all of a sudden.
Well, in Europe, a stranger could be dangerous.
Yeah, like I think in America, like we like to fucking evaluate people. We like to get a feel for people.
Look them up and down, judge their dress.
But we also want to be bombastic. We're expressive. Your parents, at least my parents, like they didn't want me to be fucking shy, and I was a shy kid.
Yeah,
they tell me all the time you need to fucking be more social, and it's like I guess that's a uniquely American thing because we like to be bombastic. We're all about personality and being the dick swinging motherfucker in the room.
Yeah, the energy in the room,
being the confidence, because America is the workhorse of the world. So like for you to fucking establish and stake your claim, you have to really be a motherfucker. So that's an interesting like difference we have from other cultures, and I think really shapes kind of who we become here. And I think that's why it attracts certain people from other countries to come here and really live out in who they are. Whereas people that want to be more secluded and be more quiet, maybe they move out of America. They go live in, I don't know, fuck knows where, whatever garbage land they have out there beyond our borders.
Pakistan.
But the problem beyond the problem beyond that, the whole moving to America thing is America's kind of becoming a facade, low key. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you said the shy thing. I definitely feel like because of how I was raised, being the only child, obviously the shy thing. I feel like it's annoying, the whole America. You got to be the energy in the room, change the energy, blah 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 blah. Okay, what if I don't feel like it? Like that's not who I am. I'm more of I'm gonna be in the back chilling. Holler if you need me. I'm not gonna make a lot of noise. I'm honestly, when I enter the room, I'm gonna try to. It's best if possible. If I can enter the room and exit the room with nobody knowing I ever entered, I would prefer that. And it's funny because, like you said, in America, that's the complete opposite of what you're apparently supposed to do. Yeah.
Okay, actually, no, I was right. This was under a Tinder section. So it was like this guy posted a screenshot. He was like, "How I met my girlfriend in 6 months," and then started up being like, "I love you." "Oh, I love you too." And it's like, they don't even fucking know each other. You can tell in the picture this is a very attractive woman. I mean, she's got a lot of skin hanging out. Like that's like a profile
hanging
picture.
Skin.
So like that. I mean, that probably tells you a few things. Either the guy is rich or he's very attractive. So I mean, easy for those two to go at it right out the gate.
Right.
But I mean. This person says, there's going out on a limb here, but this is USA Tinder, right? It's just not something we do in Europe. And, people are talking back and forth, talking about how people are very reserved in Europe. This guy says, I'm an American, and when I was younger, I was super shy. It was a huge problem just walking through parking lots or walking around stores. People would talk to me, and it would be horrifying. Now that I'm in my 30s, I talk to people all the fucking time. It's so fucked up. I'm wondering what you think about that.
I think it makes sense, unfortunately, because like for me,
it's been my journey. That's why I had to I say
because I grew up so sheltered. Like I straight up didn't know how to have a conversation. The only conversations I knew how to have were like my mom would be like, "Oh, you hang out with your football people." Obviously, bro. Like we're at football practice. We're probably talking about football. Anything that we are talking about is probably just stupid, random nonsense. Exactly. It's like coworkers, people at school. You have friends and stuff at school, but it's like I was sheltered. I didn't go to parties or anything. I didn't go
you
to
have
a
nothing
party
in
until senior
common. How
year.
do you just strike up a conversation?
Exactly. So it's like I never had that type of interaction, having conversations with people that I wasn't, football or sports or something like that. So I didn't know how to conversate with people. So that's why I was also just super shy and stuff. I never interacted with people, but especially like being in sales and stuff, and then obviously like networking, and then with music, being an engineer, producer, and an artist, just networking in general, you're going to talk to a lot of people. The social media content creation, you kind of become more used to it. So I can in a way understand how by the time you're 30 and you've gotten out more into the world, you're less sheltered and you've been around it more, you be more used to it, because you realize that, there's more people in common with you than you think, even in different ways. But I don't know. So for me, who knows? But I feel like for me, I've been in those situations like in college around a lot of people. And I'm still more of an introverted person. Like I know for a fact that people that I'm really cool with, I can be retarded and annoying and I won't shut up or whatever. And if you're offended by me saying I think I actually am, but just in general, I'm not one who is going to want to strike up conversation with a bunch of random people that I don't really know. That's just not really who I am. I'm not really one for small talk, and I'm not really one to just immediately dive into the deep end with somebody I don't know. So it's like,
I mean, how can you know common ground? I mean, like me and Carl were kind of talking about this yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, but I mean, I feel like, and I'll return to that thought, but I feel like
I don't remember.
I'll bring it back.
Refresh my.
But like,
memory.
I think people are generally always trying to make up for what they lack. Now, as a kid, I was told I was too shy. I need to fucking be more social, and I feel like as having that inadequacy ingrained in my brain, I have like always made a conscious effort, because I've always thought that was something that was wrong with me, is that I couldn't talk to people. Now I talk to fucking strangers all the fucking time, and I have a personality about it. I feel like that's kind of helped me develop a personality, dealing with fucking strangers. Like, I receive a lot of shipments, and so when a driver comes in, making them fucking laugh is my fucking goal. And there's some fellas, by God, I mean, you can just right out the gate just fucking get them giggling. You just
and you're just like, got 'em.
You know how to get people. You just fucking you hit them with some of the same jokes. You hit them with something new. Just, I mean, it's just a fun it's an experiment. A new stranger
fair.
coming at you that you have to talk to every fucking day. You might as well fucking play with it. But Carter, we were talking yesterday about who would we be? I think it was yesterday. It was sometime this week. Who would you be if you were just at home?
Yeah, just like by yourself, without doing anything.
You would think you're just like a boring person. If you didn't have people, you didn't have a social life, you didn't have friends around you, you'd probably just, stay at home, watch TV, be very reserved. You wouldn't seem like an outgoing person. But you need people and energy. People give you energy to fucking be, kind of an extension of yourself. You're not just a surviving person. People give you the energy to fucking branch out, and you touch their lives at the same time. So it's kind of like there is like a hidden connection there between you and other people, and it's a wonderful, beautiful thing to be able to have that.
Yeah, I definitely see that. This might be not in the same area, but I feel like for me, I feel like I actually do genuinely get my energy from just going home and just being by myself. Like, I honestly, like when you said, maybe I interpreted wrong, but when you said like, who are you when you're by yourself, you're boring, I honestly feel like I'm my most interesting person when I'm by myself, because when I'm by myself is usually when I'm like my most authentic self. And that's not even necessarily to say that I'm like not being authentic when I'm out in public, but out in public, there's times where I'm like, quote unquote, like masking, in a way, because it's like a time and a place. There's no reason for me to be this whatever.
What about like when you're with me and Carter? You think you're being authentic with us, and there's like any masking going on?
So and that's like those areas where they're like people that I'm really like, that I actually know for a while, I'm close to and stuff. Yeah, I feel like those are the areas that more of my authentic self is out, and not just with being at home. But I don't know. I feel like it's so weird because my mind, everybody's is, but my mind is just always racing. So it's like when I'm by myself, it's just the concepts and things that I think of are just so weird and abstract that honestly I wish I wrote them down more, because I feel like I come up with some pretty creative stuff, but I feel like that's getting away from what we were talking about.
Well, I mean, I kind of see both sides of it, right? Like but you need a balance. You know, if you spend
I definitely
too much
do.
time socializing, it's like you forget who the fuck you really are. But if you're by yourself all the fucking time, you also forget who you really are, like around other people. Those are both massive parts of who you are.
And I feel like
You need one to energize you for the other part. Like if you don't have people in your social life, then you have nothing to think about when you're alone. If you don't have alone time, god damn it, you get fucking tired of being around fucking people all the time. You don't have any self, any quiet, any fucking peace. You know, you need both. You know, but gabagoo.
And I feel like I spent so much time in solitude these days, like my 20s and college and stuff, has been me trying to figure out who I am and how I do maneuver in social settings around more people that I'm not as familiar with. Because again, I spent so much time just by myself. Like, I don't really know who I am around other normal, quote unquote, people. I'm just, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting, you know.
It do be a little bit interesting. Barter, you got a thought there.
Yeah.
What's your like?
What's that green dot on your wrist, dude? There's a green dot on your wrist.
The green dot on my wrist.
Yeah, it was
Did
under
you see
your
a
watch right there.
flash? Oh yes, this.
Yeah. No, I noticed
think
that.
that's
and I was
the
like, he's wearing some high
heartbeat sensor.
tech.
Oh yeah, you do have a little bit of.
I think that's the
Hey.
heartbeat sensor, so that it's like constantly reading my
Holy
pulse.
shit! Model
Yeah,
32,
no,
getting on the snow base.
I noticed that, and I was
suppose.
like, that's futuristic.
Yes,
This
yeah,
guy's
we in the
cyberpunk.
future. We in the future.
Yeah.
The future.
Yeah.
Gross.
I don't know how I feel about the future. 'Cause on the one hand, I'm like, yeah, the future, it'd be cool to see technology. But on the other hand, I'm like,
and horrifying at the same time.
the more as humans advance, more importantly, the more humans spend time with technology, the more I become worried. I'm like, all right, I don't want these
Think
niggas
about
to
it.
spend too much time around.
Got to
this.
be on the good side of the future.
It took us 200 years to go from steam engine, okay, steam moving and fucking piece of metal, to now we have fucking AI robots that can kill people.
Yeah. We have AI sniper
What
drones.
in the fuck is that? We're up
And
in
now
space.
they're saying they're predicting, my guy friends in cyber, he's saying that they're trying to predict that by as early as 2040 we will be able to, what is it, something involving chips. I think 2040 they said we'll be able to, something crazy. Don't quote me here, but it's either something along the lines of like storing like our brains compounds in like chips and transferring it something like
putting your like consciousness into like digital form.
something along the lines of
That sounds good to me.
AI, something
Sign me
crazy. It's something insane, but basically it's something that you would never imagine as early as 2040. And basically they're saying by 2040 it's like AI and computers will have advanced to the point that we're now like superhuman. Like almost
merging your brain with
like
AI,
a single entity type thing. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what it is. Like
when you
that's
put
when we'll.
Cortana in the back of your head.
Basically, I think that's what it was. They were saying by 2040 we'll be merging and we'll have AI human components and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
We'll be fucking straight up cyber.
Yeah, have you played that freaking game? I don't know why people act like that's cool. That game is a
look cool.
dystopia to them. Have you seen the anime? That first of all, it's on Netflix.
I heard it was good. People
It
said
was
that
really good.
A lot of
It
people
was
said that
really good.
That's why they played
Great
the games
ending.
because of that show.
But yeah, bro, that is a dystopian to the max. Like that is not a world I want to live in where we have cybernetic enhancements. You're walking down the street, somebody asks you for some money, they get mad, they pull out their bootleg black market cybernetic enhancement and give you tetanus, and then you die because they stabbed you in the kneecap. I'm not trying to be involved in that. I'm gonna be like 77 years old. No, thank you. I don't got time for that.
Yo, you're 77, huh? Fuck.
Well, I just think 2070. So I just know my age always matches with the year.
I'm telling you what, I'll be fucking running on blades by the time I'm 49.
Blaze. I don't know if I want to even live to 70. I want to live as long as life is quality. The moment that I go to stand up and I struggle to stand up, kill me. I'm done.
As you do at that point, if you notice yourself start struggling, get yourself a nice rolly chair and just, as soon as you have a trouble, just lift yourself halfway and then just fucking push the chair from underneath you and you just...
You think that'll be enough?
I mean, it happened to that one girl from that one movie where she hit her head in the stool.
I'm sure.
The $1 billion squirrel or whatever.
I guess my only worry is
Blisswood, and she had to be unplugged, I think. But
my only worry is something like that is like my body's already deteriorating. Then I do something stupid and I survive, and now my body's deteriorating and I'm disabled.
Well, that'd be nice. I work a fucking like a blue collar, very much blue collar, fucking like labor intensive job, and honestly, I've gained so much muscle mass. But holy fuck, I am always in pain from something. My back, I think I'm beating my fucking back up. Now I'm putting a lot of muscle back there on the back. By God.
Back muscle.
But like my fucking like. Now I'm not getting the carpet tunnel I was getting at my fucking typing job.
Good.
But no, it wasn't really a typing job. But I did a lot of that, and that was like fucking. That was annoying. I felt like I was fucking up my wrist or something. But like now I'm just like fucking up everything, and like I'm getting like you saw these cuts on my fucking legs. Like I'm getting cut up by fucking all kinds of shit. I'm lifting heavy shit. It just doesn't seem good for me. It's like my hands got all kinds of fucking slices on them from fucking metal components. It's like. What the fuck? I mean, what do I choose? Like, I like working with my hands, but I also don't like getting beat the fuck up.
Because the thing about it is like it's the closest thing to lifting weights without actually lifting weights, so you can still keep muscle. But because it's not actual weights that have been designed to be picked up over and over and over, it kind of destroys your body more because it's not properly designed ergonomically. And because I remember like when I was working at when I had worked at Marshall's years ago when I was a freshman in college, and we lift weights all the time, and then I'm coming back and I'm working at Marshall's. I'm like, bro, like why does my wrist hurt? And he's like, yeah, you're just doing this repetitive action all the time. It's destroying your body. I'm like, that's the problem with like blue collar jobs and just stuff like that in general. What are you doing? But it's like, yeah, you might be doing work and it's keeping you active, but the repetitive actions that you do, they like destroy your body over time. How many blue collar workers, they're like 33 years old and they have internal back problems and knee pain and stuff. It's like, dude, you're 33. You're expected to live till 70 and you already have like pain in your body.
Pills for a certain
An observation that I've made having worked in both a white collar and blue collar environment is like the white collar environment will rip every bit of fucking soul out of you. I mean, there is not 1 second for you to be genuine. And it may be a shorter work day, but my God, I mean, everything there is fake and stupid, and it feels like pointless, and you wish it would just be go ahead and just be taken over by AI already. But like when you're in a blue collar environment, it destroys your fucking body. But my mind is fucking free. Except for the fucking billion hours I put in every fucking day. Other than that, my mind is like, I feel fucking as sharp as ever. Even if I fucking, I have this front that I'm some kind of silly goose, But I feel like that helps take away some of the responsibility of me to act like I'm smarter.
Yeah.
Acting stupider, people will not try to treat you like a person that should know better. It's kind of stupid in a way, but
it's weird. Yeah, it is. It's annoying. I don't know. It's
so
the police
lights,
sirens.
Should we investigate
They call the cops on us? Are we too loud?
You think we should investigate?
They found out the dope. It's the freaking dope.
I guess the neighbors think I'm
Yeah, I think we should.
Should we investigate and see if they're outside?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I don't think it's for us, but
It's not. I just want to be nosy.
I'm still gonna
all right. Yeah, we had an encounter with the highwayman. Spooked us for a second. We were all like, "Oh shit, it's the cops." We have to scatter.
We got scared because
Yeah, the neighbors, they called the cops.
Illegal
They think it was-
podcasting.
I guess, as Carter said before,
Yeah.
I guess they think
They're trying to take
something
podcasting
dope.
away from us, and they
They really are coming for us,
They sure
Very
are.
hard.
All right, we're wrapping it up now.
We gonna wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
We're doing it for a good bit, so
Let's wrap it up.
thanks for tuning in.
And now Carter's gone, and now Jordan's going.
Oh yeah.
Drive safe.
And I'm gonna say that back to Carter and
Thanks for coming to the podcast, guys. Drive safe. Hopefully y'all make it home.
Yeah. 'Cause
Remember seatbelts, everybody. The speed limit, all that
Blinkers.
good stuff.
and then back to me, and then I say, okay, everybody, goodbye, and have a good time.